automobile, boat, motorcycle insurance, it is your State Farm agent, Albia Steers, 256-245-6061. Well, some rain coming our way for sure today. Later on this afternoon, occasional showers with a high of near 81 degrees. Low tonight near 68. Tonight, rain increasing, chances of about 80% tonight. And then winds picking up tonight too, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Then tomorrow, going to be a rough ride. Thunderstorms possible, mainly in the afternoon. Isolated tornadoes possible as well with a high in the mid-70s. Winds out of the east-southeast at 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusting as high as 40 miles per hour. Chance of rain tomorrow is 90%. Rain continuing tomorrow night. Localized flooding possible with a chance of rain tomorrow night at 80%. Clouds and 67 now in downtown Sylacauga. That's a wrap from me. God bless you. God bless America. Stay safe, everyone. We'll never forget 9/11.
Rise and shine. It is Wednesday morning, April the 17th, and it is Oven Odyssey Day. So we are so happy. Yes. That's a way to start the day. If you want to make sure that you're enjoying a start of the day, just invite a chef to come on and a bakeologist. And of course, we can't leave out the garlic. So we have to make sure that we have that, right? It makes everything better.
Spices up the world. We got to get spicy.
Get spicy. So welcome. So we have John Garlic. We have his lovely wife, Lucy, who's in the studio here. Yes. We might have to get her to come over here and say hello. And then we have Miss Susan Shipman, our bakeologist here with some delicious looking baked goods here. You can find her delicious banana bread and cranberry bread. Also gluten-free options over at Cold Coffee. So if you're stopping by for a coffee this morning, make sure you request some of that banana bread.
Yes, our friends at Cold Coffee. 1400 Quintard.
Oh, okay.
In Anniston.
Good job knowing an address.
Well, yeah, when it's right there, you can't miss it. It's 14th and Quintard, right next to
the Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, is that
across the street?
It's across the street, across 14th Street from the Chamber.
Right. There you go. So 1400.
1400.
Quintard Avenue.
In Anniston.
In Anniston.
We
Cold
love
Coffee.
our friends at Cold Coffee. They're amazing.
They are amazing.
Is there cranberry bread there?
There
today?
will be this afternoon.
Ooh, it's so good.
Or tomorrow.
But today, this morning, there's
banana
banana bread.
There's banana bread,
so
yes.
good. Do yourself a favor, treat yourself on this Wednesday morning, and go grab you a coffee and some banana bread.
You know, you can just be in the parking lot at Cold Coffee, and the coffee is wafting in the air, and it's just lovely. That's one of my favorite smells.
We need them to bring us some coffee this way this morning.
Oh gosh, they do. They have such great coffee. I made the mistake of having a cappuccino last night.
It's hard to go to sleep.
End result, 2 hours of sleep. So yeah.
Well, it was a long night. You deserved it. You deserved that cappuccino.
I should know better.
It woke you up.
It kept me up.
You might as well just have stayed awake.
I practically did. I'm not sure.
You kind of took a nap instead of going to sleep.
I think it was kind of a nap. Yeah, it was maybe a nap.
That's all you needed.
Yeah,
well, we don't want to leave Chef out over there.
Nope.
He is busy working, preparing us something delicious. Chef, what's on the menu this morning?
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
So we have some beautiful Swiss chard from the garden.
Yes.
In fact, not from Switzerland, no connection there. And Swiss chard's in the beet family, and it's got great big beautiful leafy greens and a red stalk. So what we're doing right now is we're de-stemming the stalks because we're going to dice them up and start them early. And we're going to do a little sauteed Swiss chard with onions and real garlic.
Oh, hey, how about that?
So when we de-stem the Swiss chard, we're going to, you see it's almost like celery in the middle there. And we're going to take that out. So we're going to start at the top.
So why is it called Swiss chard? Is it a native of Switzerland, or
it is? No, it has to do with the botanist that developed it, and I did not do my backstory history for that.
Was it that he was Swiss, or his name was Swiss?
I think his name might have been Swiss.
Swiss.
Huh.
or
Joe
like that.
Swiss. I
You know,
knew
he
him
says
well.
that with commitment, as if he really,
I-
as if that is a truism.
Hoping that our viewing audience will not Google it. while
Joseph,
I'm-
Yeah, Google it. Let us know.
Elijah Swiss. He was.
Joseph Elijah Swiss was a sailor and botanist from.
That's right. He discovered these growing on the Isle of Shard.
That's it.
Now you know.
So we're going to have a little Swiss chard with onions and garlic. The onions are going to take the bitterness out of the chard, and we're also going to do a little seared Alaskan sockeye salmon,
Yes.
wild caught salmon today.
Seared. I
Olive
thought you
oil.
said speared. I thought.
Speared. It may have been speared.
May have
May have
been.
been
I'm not sure how this particular piece
Speared
of salmon
and now
was caught.
seared.
So salmon. Now tell us, because Lucy can attest to this, that we have to have fresh caught from the sea salmon, wild salmon, instead of farm raised, like you would raise your chickens salmon.
Yes.
So is this wild
This
caught?
is wild caught.
When did you catch
U.S.
it?
product. I did not personally catch it. I had plans to go fishing for it last night, but I was with you. So.
That's right.
How do we feel about sleep-deprived John? I don't know.
We have sleep-deprived Dave, too, so hopefully there just won't be blood today.
Goodness. Don't watch yourself with a knife.
Yeah, really. Sleep deprivation and using a large knife. Only do that if you
Trained
are
professionals.
trained.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Professional.
Now we've got fresh thyme today to go with this dish.
Oh, it's always nice to have time.
So you
It is
use
a
the
good thing
stems as well.
have
So
time.
not
Yes,
just the leaf.
absolutely.
You use
We're going to
all
use the
part.
stems. We're going to get that nice bright red color. Going to cut them up small.
Lovely.
It smells good. I can smell it from here.
Yeah.
We're going to cook the stems with the onions and get that going first, and then we'll wilt the leaves of the chard into the dish. It's a lot like cooking sautéed spinach.
Okay. So it cooks down really. That's the thing about spinach is you think, oh, I have so much, and then you cook it and it's like,
Yes.
oh,
Yes.
This
it
whole
kind of
bag.
deflates, doesn't it?
yeah, this whole bag is like one serving.
I think it's interesting you call it wilting.
That's what it's called.
Well, no doubt. It's just
This-
interesting.
This Swiss chard came from the Shipman Farms.
Yes, it did.
So a lovely winter, early spring harvest. And as I'm cutting these stems, I'm stopping at the green part. So I'm just taking the red, splitting it up a little bit. Give it a quick dice.
Pretty, pretty, pretty.
Yes, it's very red and beautiful. It makes it look so easy, doesn't he?
And we have thyme that is growing in the greenhouse right now, so we'll have some nice herbs to be working with very soon. Somehow I planted a lot of dill. I'm not really sure why I planted some. I guess because it's frilly and pretty.
It is pretty.
Really?
Dill is pretty.
Yeah.
So when you're planting your garden, that's what you do. You sit there in the dead of winter and you're like, that looks pretty. Oh, that one's got wonderful colored leaves. I'm going to let that one grow.
You know, John, in reality, that is pretty much what I did. The seeds, actually, I ordered kind of late, so I didn't get them in the dirt until March the 4th was my first planting. And so, yes, I did. We are going to have tomatoes that I have white ones, blue ones, purple ones, green ones, striped ones, and the peppers also. There are all of those colors in the peppers, and I also have purple tomatillos.
Yum.
Really?
Did you say
So-
blue tomatoes?
Yes, it's called indigo rose, and it's supposed to be
Pretty
blue.
name.
Yeah,
Well, it's got a pretty name.
And I have a snow white also that's supposed to be a beigey kind of color. And so
Ooh, that will be a treat. When will we be able to
Yes.
try those out?
it's going to be a minute. They do have to grow up.
Summertime.
And hopefully it's going to be like the end of May.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's not too far.
No, it's not. And some of
Great.
these are earlier
Do those have a
producing
different
varieties.
flavor? The different colored tomatoes?
Yes, they are all going to taste different from each other, and some of them are not as acidic as others. Some of them have a great fewer seeds than others, which will be really good for Chef Dave to be making the sauces and the salsas. So we're looking. I can't wait to see the purple salsa. That is Violetta salsa.
Violet.
My eyes just widened. I
sauce.
love
Yeah,
salsa.
yeah, yes. Yes.
Salsa Violeta.
Yes.
So we've got our diced chard, we've got our diced or chard stems, we've got some diced onions here. We're going to shave the fresh garlic
Careful.
in thin slices,
Careful.
keeping our fingers and thumbs out of the way.
Yep.
Keep your thumb behind your fingers.
Good idea.
Thumb behind the fingers.
Now, if you'd
You
like
ever
to get a
seen the
knife,
movie Goodfellas, where the scene where they're in prison and he's shaving the garlic with a razor? That's
Yeah.
kind of the cut that I'm looking for here.
yeah.
And we're not going to put the garlic in with the onions and the charred stems because it will burn. So
Really?
preheating our skillet. We're using a large skillet for this to make room for the very large leafy greens, which are going to cook down.
You gonna whack those up a little bit so they'll be more manageable, the leaves?
Yes, we're going to cut them right before we put them in the pan. We're going to chop them up a little bit smaller.
On those great burners that have come in such handy, and if you want to have one of these burners for yourself, you can go to the Oven Odyssey website, and there's a link on there to purchase these burners. And they have really, of course, for a cooking show coming in, and they've come in handy. But if you're camping or just
Yes.
need to add some, some space outdoors that you
For
want
your
to-
graduation party.
You know,
yes.
when we had the big windstorm last week, I cooked dinner on them because the power was out. It was
There you
very
go.
convenient.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Very handy.
Just made it a little porch scene.
There you go.
They are butane fueled.
So we're over about medium heat. We've got a little olive oil in the pan here. We're going to go ahead and add our charred stems and onions.
Hello.
Love that sound.
Me too.
Yeah, that's a great sound.
And then the aroma. It always smells so good in the studio when we have people who come in, even like tomorrow morning.
Oh,
like
yeah.
my guest's like, oh, it smells so good in here. And I'm like, well, sorry, you missed it. It was
You
good.
have to be in the studio audience to partake
Yes,
in
do that.
that.
right.
Hey, Lucy got the memo. Come in, try the food.
And while that gets a head start, we're going to give a rough chop to these greens.
A rough chop.
They don't have to look super pretty, just chop them up. Oh, roll it up. Okay,
Oh,
look at this.
look at that.
He knows all the tricks.
Yeah.
I do this with this
Think
cut
we'll
with
keep
big
'em
leafy
around.
greens. It's easier to manage, and it's also to me safer because my fingers don't get lost in the greens. And
Yeah.
so just give it a rough chop across there.
What's the most common injury for a chef?
Cuts
Is it
and burns.
Cuts and burns.
Cuts and burns.
And you know, every chef has their favorite knife, and that's Chef Dave's favorite knife. If you'd like a Chef Dave approved knife, I'm sure that there'll be a link on the Oven Odyssey website.
Is there? That'd be a great idea.
Chef Dave's favorite knife.
Yes.
'Cause that's
Those
important.
links will be up later today.
Yeah.
And Miss Susan's favorite spatula.
Susan's favorite spatula.
Misplaced spatula.
Oh,
It's
no.
like, it is my favorite.
Yes.
And I don't know. It's like in a bowl somewhere. Yeah.
That's important.
We should
You
have
to
a
it.
we should have a dating show called The Spatula.
The spatula.
Oh my God.
It could be single bakers.
I love
Good.
it. I really. What do y'all think,
pretty
audience or
specific
viewers? What do you think about
audience.
having
It
a
is a
dating
specific-
show? Because we've been talking about that.
Yes,
About
Lacey
doing
was
a
talking
dating
about
show, and I
that.
think that would be so. Lacey was too.
Yeah,
Well, gosh,
it's
well,
in this
It's a
cosmic
thing then.
Well, then we definitely have to make
Remember
it
the
work.
dating game?
Yes.
My cousin back in the early 70s was one of the bachelors on the dating game. And the bachelorette picked him, and they got married.
Did you?
Yes, but substance abuse was a problem, and they ended up getting a divorce. But
You know, that tends to lead to it. But, you
can
know,
cause
hey,
some
it worked out for the
difficulties.
time. Maybe he should have asked some more.
she should have. Yes, he should have. He should have. I don't know if they. I can't remember how.
Well,
the
you
thing-
know what sparked it is Kip was saying that his dad wouldn't mind having, meeting someone, a companion. And I said, well, we should do
His
that
dad's
dating
100
game.
years old.
That's okay. Even he needs love. There's
Everybody
no-
needs love, Joe.
Everybody needs love.
Love doesn't have an age limit. Come on.
Like garlic usage.
I'm just
There's
proud of
no-
him that he can even be thinking about that. He's not 100. He's 90 something.
Well,
That's okay. There's bachelorettes out there that would.
I'm
be-
sure there are.
Yeah.
no one deserves to be lonely.
Companionship.
That's
exactly.
correct.
I think it would be so much fun to do that. And I don't know if this was the dating game, but where you put like the bachelor and then you have the partition.
The wall. That was the dating game. Yeah.
That's exactly
and
what they
one
do.
time they would have the men on 3 men and 1 woman, and then they would reverse it at some point.
Well, if viewers, if y'all are interested in that, let us know, because we could absolutely make that happen. If we have any eligible bachelors or bachelorettes out there that would like to meet your companion and love of your life, please let us know. You can email me at Courtney@TV24.tv, or comment on any of our Facebook posts, or message us on Facebook. So there's many ways to get in touch with us. And on that, we're going to have to go to a quick break, because speaking of Lacey, we want to know what the local area weather is going to be for the rest of the week. So we'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on TV24.
Good morning, everyone. Today, temperatures are expected to reach 79 degrees, and we'll have a 30% chance of showers. Then tomorrow, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 85 and no chance of rain at all. Then on Friday, again, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 degrees, but with a 30% chance of rain. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 weather.
You need strength, resilience, and hope to face life challenges. And I found all three at Gaston State Community College. I'm Jada Pickens, an office administration student at Gaston State's Ayers campus in Anniston. Along with attending classes, I work full-time. Life is very demanding. There's a real sense of support at Gaston State. The faculty and staff care about us as individuals and want us to thrive in the classroom and in life. Thank you, Gaston State, for giving me the wings to fly to new, unexpected heights.
Parents, I have something that'll teach your child how to follow directions and finish what they start. I'm talking about STEM. That's science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Now we're having a free STEM extravaganza on Saturday, April 20th at the City Meeting Center in Anniston. Registration is free at academics.com. It's going to be STEM-tastic.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Hey everybody, this is Roper & Son Septic Service. I'm Ashley Roper, this is my dad Dwight Roper, and this is Mr. Phil Wiggins. And we're licensed and insured for pumping and for installing. If you can't use, you can. Let Ashley Roper be your septic tank man. Y'all have a blessed day.
I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 News Update. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office announced Monday that human remains discovered in January have now been identified. DNA testing identified the person as 44-year-old Nicholas Turley. Per the Calhoun Journal, in October 2022, a stolen vehicle was located in the National Forest by the Forest Service. The Forest Service then contacted Cleburne County to recover the vehicle and process it for any possible evidence. The vehicle had been reported as stolen, and it was believed that Turley may have been in possession of the vehicle. Then in January of 2024, a hunter came upon the remains in a, end quote, very hard to reach area. The remains were located on the Calhoun County side of the forest, so the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office was contacted. The bones were transferred to the Department of Forensic Science for identification and medical examiner examination. The medical examiner has not given a possible cause of death at this time, but foul play is not suspected. The investigation is still ongoing, and investigators are waiting for a possible cause of death to be given by the medical examiner. A man was shot and killed in Birmingham Monday night. Authorities responded to an alert that indicated 10 shots were fired at Graymont Avenue and Center Street near Legion Field. Investigators believe the victim was targeted and then ran about a block before collapsing on 6th Avenue West. At the scene, officers found the victim lying on the ground behind Tabernacle Baptist Church. He was unresponsive with an apparent gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Currently, there are no suspects in custody. Authorities ask anyone with information to contact them at 205-254-1764 or Crime Stoppers at 205-254-7777. Tune in to WEAC TV 24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Clance.
No pressure.
Rise and shine! Good morning. Welcome back. It is 7:50 on your Wednesday morning, April the 17th, and it is Oven Odyssey Wednesday. Woo-hoo. I love every day that I get to do Rise and Shine, but there is something special about being able to eat delicious food and baked goods.
Yes.
And, you know, just the friendships here that we've been able to make. Because, goodness, we've been doing this now for like
February?
9 weeks or maybe even longer.
Longer than that, I think.
My goodness, yeah. So we
Gathering recipes for the book.
Gathering recipes. There's going to be the cookbook that Miss Susan and Chef are working on. I think that one of the holdbacks is that Chef likes to just cook things and not really write down or remember the ingredients.
It's a thing,
It's a thing.
So
what you got going over there that's smelling so good?
So we went ahead and put our leafy greens in of our Swiss chard, and it's wilting down nicely. We've added some lemon juice, a little basil, a little oregano. We're going to put some fresh thyme, and I wanted to do this little. There's 2 ways you can process fresh thyme. You can take the tiny little stalks and just strip them down like that, and you get the leaves. And if you've got 42 hours to do that, it's an easy job. Or you could do a little bouquet. So we're going to tie one around a bunch.
Showing off now.
Yeah, this is a great trick.
Into the pot.
Oh.
And that way we can pull it out right before we get ready to serve.
Yeah, so I always do that first way, which is just takes forever. But I love Tom.
If you're doing anything kind of stewy or like that, it works well. So let's talk about processing the salmon. So salmon has, typically when you buy salmon, it's going to have a little belly flap where the salmon dips down toward the belly. That's where they cleaned it, and you're paying for that, but can't really do much with it. So we cut that off. If you're doing this on the grill, you can leave the skin on and start it skin side down, and as its skin starts to char, you take your spatula and you just run it between the skin and the salmon and leave the skin behind. And then you flip the salmon on the clean side of the grill, scoop the skin off, and off you go. We're doing this in a skillet, so we're not going to do that. We're going to take the skin off.
What if you like the skin? I mean, I may or may not.
I usually cook it with the skin on, and
If I'm going to serve it
off.
on the side of the plate with a side next to it, I might leave the skin on. If I'm going to, what we're doing today, we're going to put it on top of the greens, so we're going to take that off.
Look at that, how easy you made that look.
Nice clean skin.
Wow.
And then that's your backside.
Ta-da!
The skin side and the bone side. So we've got our salmon ready there. We're going to check on our chard here.
Oh my goodness, that smells so good.
A little more lemon juice.
I used your trick that I learned last week. If you put the lemon in the microwave for just about 15 seconds, is what you said, and it makes it easier to squeeze. And I tried it, and my goodness, what a difference.
Makes a difference.
Really?
Lots of volume.
Life-changing.
That's one of the many tips that I picked up on Wednesday morning.
We're going to season this with a little pepper, a little salt. I like sea salt. And then we're going to finish it with a little balsamic vinegar.
Yum.
Turning the heat off. When I say finish it, I don't put the vinegar in early. What I want it to do is brighten and freshen the dish. So if I wait till the end, just a little quick hit, not a lot.
Brighten and freshen the dish.
Chef words. The chef lexicon.
Yes.
Keep our time where we can find it.
It's always hard to find time.
It really
Exactly.
is.
We've got
That
the heat
is
off,
one
and
of the
that's just going to do
hardest
its
things
thing. And we'll start our
No
salmon.
extra time.
No, there's no extra time.
Can't stockpile time. I try to stockpile sleep, but that doesn't really work. Like when I have time, like try
They
to,
didn't really like that. in the-
sleep for a long time, and then like it just doesn't
Yeah,
work.
it doesn't
like
work.
that. No. What are you doing there?
This is what happens when
on
your
the
pan
fire.
gets too hot,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes. Yes.
and you smoke your
Let's
salmon.
make sure we don't.
smoke your
Making a
salmon.
fire.
Don't do that.
Oh. Don't set off the fire alarms in the
Right.
studio.
It's possible.
Just wave that around a little
That's
bit.
okay.
Then we're good to go.
Those things do get hot, huh?
Look for the sprinklers.
Hey, while Chef is
Yes.
doing that, I want to talk about this because I'm going to have, look, Marble, Willow, Miss Susan brought your treats to you.
Hey, girls.
I mean, my dogs have like, now when I try to give them another treat that I already, had before they learned about these, they're like,
so funny.
They give me this, like, those, I mean, Willow will still eat it because she
that
wants to eat
again.
every,
How sweet
Yeah,
is
that's it.
that?
yeah, they kind of turn their nose up. So Marble is my Shih Tzu, and she is turning 16 in
Oh, wow.
October.
Oh, wow.
So we were talking about a dog party, and I want to have her a birthday party.
Oh my
so
goodness, of course you do.
maybe you could make her a
oh,
birthday
yes,
cake.
absolutely. That's a thing, It really is a thing.
How
And
we
so-
do that? We could bring
so
all the
we'll-
doggy
we'll do
friends
that.
and have a cake.
Right, right.
I love
I
that.
can see that not really turning out well.
That's okay, because she doesn't share well.
Yeah, right.
So
Big
My
dog
dogs
fight.
aren't very well socialized, so.
Well, maybe
Liam
it would
and
just be a
Fanny, on the
marble
other hand,
party.
are really.
Oh, they get
pretty-
along pretty well.
Yes. Yes.
She
they're
has her
pretty chill.
moments, but when it comes to food, she's just not, she's never had to share really. She shares pretty well with Willow. I've had Marble since she was 6 weeks old, and Willow we've had almost 3 years now. And so, but she's done really well with her. Oh, I hear that sizzle. I love that sound. That's the salmon going in the pan. Oh goodness, salmon in the pan with the sizzle. Now, did you put oil in the pan after?
We did. We cooled
Okay.
it back off and started over.
Okay.
Got a little oil in the pan.
Because you don't want to put the salmon in like a super hot pan, because it'll just cook it too fast or burn it.
Yes.
Yes.
What temperature do you have it on right now?
It's actually off right now, so the
Okay.
pan's hot enough to carry over.
Gotcha. Oh
So
my goodness. it smells so
the
good.
dog treats started because Dave's dog, Gretchen, her poodleness, has some allergies to wheat products and to chicken broth, and
Oh,
which
wow.
is weird stuff, but that's
Yeah.
okay. And so I had a recipe for dog treats, and I just substituted oat flour and brown rice flour for the other ingredients, and she loves peanut butter, so they've got peanut butter in them, and then either sweet potatoes, pumpkin, or applesauce.
This one's pumpkin.
Yes, and I had made some with purple sweet potatoes
so
that I got
cute.
at the last farmer's market last
I'm
year.
gonna open
in
it up
October.
and see if y'all can see how cute they are. So you have the little doggy treats. I don't know if we can zoom in here. You've got the little doggy treats, but then also you have the hearts. Look, the little
For the
heart-shaped
special
treat.
dogs.
There you go.
Yes, not everybody gets a heart.
Look how cute these are.
And you can see the little oats in those, and so it's a healthy little snack.
Okay,
too,
zoom
and
off
there's
of
no
me now.
preservatives.
Too close.
Get on back. So they don't have any preservatives in them, so you keep them in the fridge, and they don't taste bad either.
Smell.
We do a lot of quality control at our place.
I
so
know. I mean, I guess I could probably.
They aren't bad.
One bite for you, one bite for me.
Yes. One bite for me.
They love them. So now every time I've been keeping them in the refrigerator, as you suggested. And so now every time I open the refrigerator, they're just standing
Hey,
there like,
Mom.
come on.
Yeah, Liam does the same thing. He knows they're in the refrigerator, and Liam's smart enough to know that he wants a treat, so he goes and he looks at the refrigerator.
Yeah, come on.
And then he comes back and he looks at us. And you know how dogs do? They look at you and they go,
Oh yeah, mine will stare a whole
over
right
there,
through me.
like I'm looking at you, over there, we're going over there. And like, why are you doing that?
Because they want something.
They want something. They're very good at it.
I want to get those little communication tools. You know, the buttons.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if I really want. I mean,
You don't really want that.
They already talk back so much. I don't know.
Yeah, they might cuss you or something.
They probably would. I guess you get to choose what words.
Unhappy.
It all depends on your responses to the buttons.
Yeah, they love me.
The button.
But they do get mad at me sometimes. But Miss Susan, where can somebody find this if they want to give these delicious, nice, healthy treats to your dogs? How do they find them?
We will have them at the Jacksonville Farmers Market on Saturday from 7 until noon at 911 Public Safety Drive Southwest in Jacksonville. That's the Jacksonville Farmers Market. And so the Farmers Market is open every Saturday from 7 until noon unless there's inclement weather, and that is through October the 26th. And you can also message us on our Facebook or hit us on the website, and we will make a connection. We are working on getting our treats into some other locations, but you know, because they're perishable, that just doesn't always work. And so absolutely at the farmer's market.
Yeah, you can have them in a place that has a refrigerator section.
Yes, yes.
They're great. Your dogs will love you for it. So make sure and check out that farmer's market. Hey, we've got to go to a quick break, and Chef Dave is plating our delicious meal. So when we get back, let's see how it tastes. Yes. All right, well, stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on TV24.
Good morning, everyone. Today, temperatures are expected to reach 79 degrees and we'll have a 30% chance of showers. Then tomorrow, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 85 and no chance of rain at all. Then on Friday, again, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 degrees, but with a 30% chance of rain. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 weather.
Hi, Jake, Regional Vice President of LSI Staffing. LSI Staffing is a privately owned and family-operated business that was established in 1986. We specialize in commercial, light industrial staffing, warehouse, manufacturing, production, and assembly. If you're a company in the area looking for a new staffing partner, we'd love to talk to you. If you're an employee looking for a great job that offers benefits day one and competitive pay, come see us. Once again, you can find us at www.lsistaffing.com.
Gardens on Air is a unique farm right here in East Central Alabama, family owned and operated since 2010. It is the state's largest indoor hydroponic farm. Gardens on Air's goal is to feed, educate, and be immersed in the community they are located in. They want to teach people what it truly means to eat local and support local. Gardens on Air, located in Hopes Bluff, Alabama.
What's going on, everybody? Scoot from Hooligan Harley, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs, ranging anywhere from our new and pre-owned motorcycle inventory, all the parts and accessories you could ever ask for in our parts department, all the gear you could ever need while riding in our motor clothes department, and of course our award-winning service department. Don't forget to check out our events tab on our website to keep up with everything we got going on. And remember, guys, if nobody has it, Hooligan has it. I'll see you soon.
I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV24 News Update. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office announced Monday that human remains discovered in January have now been identified. DNA testing identified the person as 44-year-old Nicholas Turley. Per the Calhoun Journal, in October 2022, a stolen vehicle was located in the National Forest by the Forest Service. The Forest Service then contacted Cleburne County to recover the vehicle and process it for any possible evidence. The vehicle had been reported as stolen, and it was believed that Turley may have been in possession of the vehicle. Then in January of 2024, a hunter came upon the remains in a, end quote, very hard to reach area. The remains were located on the Calhoun County side of the forest, so the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office was contacted. The bones were transferred to the Department of Forensic Science for identification and medical examination. The medical examiner has not given a possible cause of death at this time, but foul play is not suspected. The investigation is still ongoing, and investigators are waiting for a possible cause of death to be given by the medical examiner. A man was shot and killed in Birmingham Monday night. Authorities responded to an alert that indicated 10 shots were fired at Graymont Avenue and Center Street near Legion Field. Investigators believe the victim was targeted and then ran about a block before collapsing on 6th Avenue West. At the scene, officers found the victim lying on the ground behind Tabernacle Baptist Church. He was unresponsive with an apparent gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Currently, there are no suspects in custody. Authorities ask anyone with information to contact them at 205-254-1764 or Crime Stoppers at 205-254-7777. Tune in to WEAC TV 24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Clance.
Rise and shine, everyone. It is 8:04 on your Wednesday morning, April 17th, and here we have salmon over smoked or charred. Is it smoked charred?
Swiss chard.
I don't know why I said smoked. I think we were talking about smoked salmon. Swiss chard. So salmon over Swiss chard. Also, it's hard to process my words when the smells are so like taunting. Like I just want to try this. It looks delicious and it smells delicious. And, you know, if I were a betting lady, I would bet that it tastes delicious.
We're about to find out.
We are.
My mouth is watering.
Looking good. You're coming your way, Courtney.
Yeah, it's hard to it's hard to think and be hungry at the same time. This is the one morning that I don't have anything for breakfast.
Yes.
Because why? Why?
There we have one.
Thank you.
All right.
There you go.
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that.
Do I need to practice patience and wait on everyone?
You know, the polite thing to do is to wait until everyone is served.
Oh, that's the
what I
polite
teach
thing.
my kids. I might as well.
People like, put your napkin in your lap.
Yes, of course.
Let's good manners here.
It's good to teach your children.
Lucy's
to
an
do it that
etiquette
way.
expert. She used to teach etiquette to
did.
teenagers in Los Angeles.
You know, that would be fun. Lucy, would you come on the show sometime and talk about some etiquette? That would be really fun. We could set a table.
So the Los Angeles, what country club was it? Was it the California Club? So right downtown LA, all of these kids from these wealthy Los Angeles families, their parents didn't have the time to teach them etiquette, so they
didn't know how.
They had Lucy and her sister that would teach them all this wonderful etiquette that they promptly forgot. Yeah.
I think that is something that we've forgotten a little bit is etiquette and teaching that to our children and
you can't teach that on an iPhone.
You really can't.
No, they had to learn what the place setting was like.
Let's bring manners back and kindness, and I think it starts. I think it's in respect. I think it starts with that, with teaching the etiquette, because if you have that, then that etiquette and respect go hand in hand.
Yes.
Right.
It's like watching Downton Abbey.
Well, I've been as respectful as I can. I've waited.
Here we go.
You did well. In we go.
Let's dive into this. I'm so excited.
Here we
go. And Chef Dave has done it again.
That's nice.
That's so good.
That's nice.
All right.
Oh, wow.
This is so delicious. Wow.
You want some?
You gotta try it.
Have hers to go.
Lucy says that Wednesday mornings are her favorite. Have you tried any of the recipes? We need to get you over here. Have you? I know. I've been bold. Well, now John said that he was going to actually do some cooking. He said he was.
I did. I used Sunday. I do French toast, and so I always do. You know what I have a problem with is getting the pan the right temperature. Every now and again it works right, the little water balls up on it, and then, so is the pan too hot or too cold if the water goes, psst? Is it too hot?
Probably too
Okay, okay.
You can back off on the heat more easily than you can, I mean, you can make it hotter more easily than you can back off. If you've got a skillet that's got a solid and thick bottom, it's holding that heat, and so.
As we just experienced.
Yeah.
Exactly. And rather than set off the smoke alarm and have the fire department come, just start low, work your way up.
So when you're preheating the pan, do you start it at a lower heat?
I would.
Well, you're a baker.
Well, that's true. I have been known to use a pan occasionally.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing, I would definitely start, medium-low.
Medium-low, okay.
And a lot of it has to do with knowing your stove and knowing your cookware and having that experience to know where that heat's going to be and what you're going to get.
It's important to have that good cookware.
Absolutely. Different cookware cooks differently. And
We have great cookware, just
good.
the cook
Practice
isn't
is
as
the
intimate
thing.
with the
Yeah, exactly.
cookware as I should be.
When you did the French toast, did you cut out the middle and put the egg in it?
No, I haven't done that yet. But I do want to try the eggs Benedict.
Oh my goodness. I keep talking about that eggs Benedict, about how delicious that was. And I was telling my husband how easy it was to poach an egg, that I had no idea.
Yeah.
And,
I always thought that was something I had to go out to get.
that hollandaise sauce would be great on salmon as well.
Oh, yeah.
That hollandaise sauce would be great anyway.
I
That
think
was
so.
delicious.
Yes, you can put that on a cookie
I definitely
probably.
want to do breakfast. It'd probably be more like brunch, because on the weekends I like to try to stockpile to sleep.
Might not be up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that'd be great. But yeah, so for brunch one day, I'm gonna do the eggs Benedict. I'm gonna try it, and I'll send you a picture and let you know how it goes. But the pork, honestly, Chef, when you were telling us that you were gonna do the pork with the eggs Benedict, I was a little like, oh, I don't know. But oh my goodness, those flavors went together just like a dream. It was so good. So
It was nice.
So, yeah,
It's all about pairing the flavors and finding balance in your meals and what you're doing.
And that's the fun part about all of your recipes here, that the audience doesn't appreciate because they can't taste it. But everything you've done has had just wonderful flavor and different flavors. You just kind of taste it and you go, wow, I don't even know what just happened.
Right.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah.
They complement each other and they just open up in different ways, and it's so delicious. They can try his cooking though, maybe not in the mornings.
They
can go to Shell's in Piedmont.
That's right.
And
That's right,
you
yes.
can experience the deliciousness of Chef Dave's cooking and culinary skills. Chef, what's on the menu this weekend at Shell's?
We're doing Thursday night. We're doing a country-style buffet with country fried steak and baked Greek chicken,
Nice.
a la our old friend. And we're also going to do a beef tip with mushroom and onion over rice.
Yum.
And some fresh veggies to go along with that. And then
Fresh
we've got
veggies.
live music this weekend. And then, of course, Saturday morning we've got the breakfast buffet with
Which is your favorite?
my favorite meal of the week is Saturday breakfast. So lots going on. It'll be a great weekend to come out and see us.
Maybe that's what I'll do instead of cooking.
Go to Shell's.
For you.
Go to
Got
Shell's.
you covered.
That's a good option, yes. Stay out of the kitchen, just go and eat Dave's food.
So what makes the chicken Greek?
The seasoning,
Okay.
not the cook. The seasoning.
Or the chicken.
Olive
Chicken's
oil,
not.
olive
Chicken's
oil,
not
lemon
from Greece.
juice, and some Greek seasoning, and
It might be.
Could be Greek chicken.
Greek
a little
chickens.
oregano.
Imported. Liam's from Ireland, so I mean it's not far fetched to get it.
No.
Yeah.
Miss Susan, you sure do raise some really good Swiss chard.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Most of the time in the garden, I'd have to just be patient, wait for it. Broccoli has always been my thing that I can't wait for it to really grow up. I go to whacking on the broccoli plant before it's ready for me to, and yeah. So there's so much going on now that all I can do is be patient because I don't have enough time to be so persnickety about what's going on.
Well, it is
Busy's
delicious.
good. Busy's good.
It is.
And this is Swiss chard, now this is something that you grow like in the winter months, right? So it's
spring or winter, yes. It doesn't like really hot weather.
So enjoy it when you can.
Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it, you know, like most greens, it's a bitter green. Mm-hmm. And so I think the onions really help sweeten it and take that bitterness out. And then you would think that the lemon juice would add to that bitterness, but actually it helps cut it with the acidity and the acidity of the.
That's interesting.
And the balsamic vinegar is good too. You didn't put too much, and so.
Yeah, the flavor profile is just exceptional.
You know, I even forgot there was onions in there. I didn't really taste any onion. I don't know what I tasted. It was great.
Just kind of blends.
It was a nice blend. It was.
Can't tell what the onion. What's the onion and what's the stem?
We have a friend, Jenny Wall. She could taste it and tell you exactly what was in it. She would tell you.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and she could then write it down and go home and duplicate it.
Wow.
She's done that at she's been to many restaurants, and she'd have something she loved, and she'd make note of and she'd go home and duplicate it.
That's a very talented palate.
Yes,
is a talented
incredibly
palate.
talented. So, yeah.
So do we want to do the cookie thing?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Figure out whether it is a regular peanut butter cookie or a gluten-free peanut butter cookie.
GF challenge.
Let's go to a quick
GF
break,
challenge.
and then when we get
GF
back, we're going to do the cookie challenge. We're going to see if we can decide which ones are gluten-free and which ones have the gluten. So we'll be right back and decide, and I'm going to finish off my plate. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Good morning, everyone. Today, temperatures are expected to reach 79 degrees and we'll have a 30% chance of showers. Then tomorrow, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 85 and no chance of rain at all. Then on Friday, again, we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 degrees, but with a 30% chance of rain. I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV 24 weather.
Barrett Body Shop has been providing honest and quality collision repair services to the residents of Calhoun County since the year 2000. We take great pride in the quality of the work we produce and go the extra mile to ensure quality and safety of the repair work on your vehicle. With over 40 years of experience, Philip Barrett and our staff will restore your vehicle to its pre-accident condition while working with your insurance provider and helping you every step of the way. Barrett Body Shop is a strong supporter of many churches, schools, and youth activities. We consider it an honor to give back to our community and maintain a relationship with our customers. Come and let us provide you with a free estimate today.
Bama Sheds and Pole Barns, locally and family owned with the best customer service. Custom built to fit your needs with free delivery and setup. Design and price online or stop by and see what we can do for you. Nobody beats our prices and nobody beats our quality. Built in Alabama, made in Alabama. BamaSheds.com.
I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV 24 News Update. The Calhoun County Sheriff's Office announced Monday that human remains discovered in January have now been identified. DNA testing identified the person as 44-year-old Nicholas Turley. Per the Calhoun Journal, in October 2022, a stolen vehicle was located in the National Forest by the Forest Service. The Forest Service then contacted Cleburne County to recover the vehicle and process it for any possible evidence. The vehicle had been reported as stolen, and it was believed that Turley may have been in possession of the vehicle. Then in January of 2024, a hunter came upon the remains in a, end quote, very hard to reach area. The remains were located on the Calhoun County side of the forest, so the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office was contacted. The bones were transferred to the Department of Forensic Science for identification and medical examination. The medical examiner has not given a possible cause of death at this time, but foul play is not suspected. The investigation is still ongoing, and investigators are waiting for a possible cause of death to be given by the medical examiner. A man was shot and killed in Birmingham Monday night. Authorities responded to an alert that indicated 10 shots were fired at Graymont Avenue and Center Street near Legion Field. Investigators believe the victim was targeted and then ran about a block before collapsing on 6th Avenue West. At the scene, officers found the victim lying on the ground behind Tabernacle Baptist Church. He was unresponsive with an apparent gunshot wound. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Currently, there are no suspects in custody. Authorities ask anyone with information to contact them at 205-254-1764 or Crime Stoppers at 205-254-7777. Tune in to WEAC TV 24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Florence.
Rise and shine. It's Wednesday morning, April the 17th. 8:20 a.m. Welcome. I wish your morning could start off the way ours has with a delicious salmon and Swiss chard.
Yes.
Delicious.
Nice.
Now, Susan has given us a challenge to see cookies. I love a cookie challenge. Which cookie is gluten-free and which cookie has all the gluten?
Yes.
And you know, that's something, you know, some people have to eat gluten-free because of, you know, health reasons, but some people choose to eat gluten-free because of inflammation. Gluten can lead to, if you have any inflammatory situations with your body, gluten-free can help with that because gluten is a inflammatory food.
I was talking to a young lady last night, and she said, you know, the vegan, the gluten-free community is not being served, and by local restaurants and food trucks and, you know, places where you go out to get food, and and that's a fact, and that's fixable and doable, like with the brownie that will change your life. I mean, that brownie, there's no way that you know that that's gluten-free. There's just no way. And the same is true of these peanut butter cookies. I defy you to tell me which one is the gluten-free cookie.
Okay, let's
so
find
one
out.
of these
It's
is
a hard
gluten-free.
task. Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm going to try this one.
Are you
It's
going
tough
first?
task.
Okay, I'll try that one first too.
Yeah, it's a darn good cookie regardless of whether it's got gluten or not.
Yep. Hang on. We get the water to clean the
Should have
palate.
brought some mint.
Cleanse the palate. I'm gonna have to get mine too. I've got my Stanley cup here.
All right.
Okay.
Let me try this one. Well, not being Jenny Wall, I can't tell the difference.
I don't know if she could actually.
They're both so good. I wouldn't even care what
That
the
would be the challenge.
Okay. My guess is that this one is the gluten-free, and this one was the one with gluten. What do you think, John? What's your guess?
I don't know.
I don't know. I might change it.
I'm going to guess that the larger cookie was the gluten-free.
Man.
Are you basing that on taste or the fact that it's a larger cookie?
And that was just
not
a thing.
based on taste at all. I base it on the break, the way it breaks.
I'm basing it on the consistent, like the chewiness of the larger one.
Well, I'm trying to go for the flavor.
And the flavor's
And there's a
fabulous.
subtle difference between the bigger cookie and the other little cookie, but I can't tell whether that difference makes one or the other gluten-free. The taste is
I think
great.
the texture with the gluten-free, like the chewiness, I think there's something about the gluten binding that makes for a more chewy experience, and so that's why I was, there's a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, but they're both so delicious. I wouldn't mind either way. But
then that's what gluten does.
Right. It kind of gives. So am I right?
Mm-hmm. Which one did you say?
I chose that the smaller ones were the gluten-free.
You're correct, ma'am.
Boom!
Yeah.
Yay! What do I win?
Well, you win a cookie.
I won a cookie.
Yes.
Well,
it's delicious.
You can't tell the difference. And wow, that's very good.
So it's the gluten that makes it not want to break.
Yes.
Exactly.
The gluten
yes.
is like a binding. I did gluten-free for a while because of just inflammation, just seeing that it would cause that. So like if you have any type of inflammatory, like we said, or autoimmune, that inflammation definitely adds to it. Going gluten-free is a really good option. But like Miss Susan said, it's really underserved. So unless you're cooking at home, and it's pretty much, you really have to because there's so many things that have gluten that you don't even realize have gluten.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really more expensive to try and eat gluten-free, and that's not
really
necessarily because the ingredients are that much more expensive, but that because of its exclusivity. It's not as as big a market, and so whoever's making the product is getting a higher, and because they can, it's what the market will bear, and so the gluten-free market bears what it has to stay healthy.
I wonder what the demand is in this area. How many gluten-free people?
I think it's becoming more and more also. Like the more things are genetically modified and the more things that are in our food that are unhealthy for us, the more people are searching out other options. Because when your food starts hurting you, you have to make changes.
You do.
Even beyond the medical reasons that people are gluten-free, I think that as a lifestyle choice, a lot of people are deciding to go gluten-free.
Sure.
Just because it makes them feel better.
It does. It really does. That gluten can tend to drag you down a little bit. Like sometimes you get more tired after eating things that are heavy gluten, and then when you don't, you definitely get more energy.
We should try that. We should try our very best to be gluten-free until next Wednesday and
for
see.
A week.
Yeah.
I have to write my stuff down.
I'm not sure I can do
would
that,
be a
but
good start.
Lucy does. You're gluten-free, aren't you, Lou?
No bread, no pasta, nothing.
No bread, no pasta, but there's even things that have gluten in it that.
With other kinds of flours.
Yes.
I don't do oat.
No oat?
Inflammatory.
Yeah, you don't do anything inflammatory. Lucy?
Yeah, and maybe we choose to do like an inflammatory diet for a week and kind of see. Chef, you're gonna have to give me some ideas.
Yeah.
But truly, besides the gluten cookie, this is a gluten-free meal that you made. So today that's gluten-free, and then if we just stuck with the gluten-free cookie, which is honestly equally as delicious. The texture might be a little different,
they're nice.
but the taste is so good.
And I think we've talked about this on another show. If you want to eat healthy, shop healthy, and stay on the outside of the grocery store aisles and out of the processed food.
Right.
And if
Produce,
it's in a box,
cheese.
don't eat it.
Oh, it's a hard one to do. I'm going to take you up on that. I'm going to do that until next Wednesday, and I'm going to see how I feel on it.
Yes.
So,
I'll give that a shot too.
although if I go to that buffet this weekend at Shell's, I don't know if I can make the promises.
You can do it.
But if I just stick to the proteins, to the because bacon and eggs, that's gluten free.
It is.
So I can eat a lot of that.
Baked chicken is gluten-free.
the plate.
Baked chicken
with
is
bacon
gluten
and
free.
eggs.
So just stay away from the breads.
Avocado. See,
Avocado.
I don't like avocado.
I only really like avocado when it's guacamole. I can
Asparagus.
love it like that. Asparagus.
Asparagus.
My asparagus is doing well. They're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna make. It'll be next year before we got really good asparagus coming out of the garden.
You have to kind of wait. You have to wait a cycle.
It has to grow up. Yeah, yeah. And rhubarb. The rhubarb is coming along nicely. It's the first time I've ever planted rhubarb, but it's very attractive, like the Swiss chard with the colors.
It is. That's
sweet.
beautiful. Ooh, I can't wait for a rhubarb
pie. Exactly. We'll try to do a gluten-free rhubarb pie. That's doable with a gluten-free crust. Yes.
Well, that's a task.
Yes.
Well, we have a few minutes.
We can do that.
Well, time flies when we're having fun.
Time flies.
I think Wednesdays go by the absolute fastest. Is there anything that y'all want to let our viewers know before we have to say goodbye for the day?
Well,
remember the Jacksonville Farmers Market on Saturday, 7 until noon.
All right.
And Shells.
Shells and
Open
Piedmont.
Thursday through Saturday.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
When you are at Called Coffee, get yourself some banana nut bread. There's a gluten-free option there also, and the cranberry bread will be restocked by tomorrow morning at the latest.
It's also good. Well, Mr. Garlic, anything you'd
There
like
you go.
to-
Nothing. I'm happy to be here.
We're happy to have you here.
We'll have our show on
Tonight.
Tonight.
Oh
It's
my
Wednesday
goodness.
night.
Sure you tune into
we
the
have a
John
nice guest
Garlic
coming
Show.
up.
Good.
And Lacey and I will be there to entertain.
And what time does that go live?
6:30.
6:30
right here
tonight.
on
Fabulous.
WEA.
Will you have a live studio audience tonight?
Yeah.
Will we? Lou, will you be here tonight?
We do want to thank Miss
Probably
Lucy
not.
for being here. She's like, I
show
can't
is
do
just
both.
not as
You're
exciting.
going to be
No.
the bookend of the
Food
day.
show.
So
Yeah.
make sure you tune in to the John Garlic Show tonight at 6:30 p.m. And yeah, so we appreciate. Thank you all for so much for being here. Thanks to Chef Dave and Susan Shipman of An Odyssey. Call them for all of your catering needs. You can call them at 938-899-4222. Or you can check them out on Facebook of An Odyssey or on their website. So make sure to tune in tomorrow morning. We have our guest from Gadsden State will be here in the morning. I've enjoyed so much, of course, our Gadsden State Thursdays, and we were talking earlier about how much we have learned about Gadsden State and all of the great things that they do for our community. So again, you're watching Rise and Shine. Thank you so much for starting your day with us, and thank you for feeding us so well this morning. We hope you learned something. Try the recipe out. If you do, let us know. We want to know how it works out for you. So wishing you a wonderful day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.